Hi there to my YouTube channel. This is Pratik Raheja back with my third video, and this is going to be a different one than the two videos which I have uploaded in past, and they will be listed somewhere here and also in the description box below. Well, this one is going to be about Royal Enfield, my ownership with Royal Enfield. Classic 350 is the particular model which we have owned from past 3 years almost now. 23rd December 2015 was the day when we got the bike in our garage, and it's going to be December 2018 pretty soon. So yeah, it's going to be 3 years almost, and I believe it's some such amount of year that one can give a review about it, a detailed one. So let me start off with the bad points majorly because they outdo the good ones. Okay, listing it out quite quick and crisp. Vibrations. Anywhere starting off from a speed of 60 to 70 to a speed of 125 to 130, because that's the maximum speed which you can attain with the Royal Enfield. They're there everywhere. Hand jarring vibrations, especially upwards of 100 kilometers per hour. If at all you think you can go off without vibrations, or you can skip vibrations with ultimate precision of mechanism, where you can find mechanics from somewhere in Tamil Nadu or Kerala, where these bikes actually originated from Tamil Nadu, especially not even Kerala. Don't think so. Don't be misguided by that. It's not a possibility by any means. Until and unless you start tampering the mechanical elements present inside the engine, you just won't be able to come off the trap of vibrations, and it is going to contaminate the right quality by any and every means. So vibrations are something which is there throughout the power band, and I believe with the parallel twin 650cc engine which is going to hit the Indian shore quite soon, this vibration will be omitted. And till now I'm happy to report that from the reviews which we have got on YouTube, from various automobile reviewers like that of Power Drift or Autocar and many other, that vibrations have been kicked off. Especially it can attain highway speeds like that of 140 to 150. So yeah, I'm happy to report that, and I am very much eager to ride one of those. Coming back to the 350, the second bad point about this particular motorcycle, you can say, is what I'd like to say would be reliability. Yes, they have become reliable in comparison to the olden day motorcycle which had the cast iron engine, which had the gear on the right side and the brake on the left side. In fact, that was the only thing which had gained so much of fame and love when it comes to the brand Royal Enfield, who is such an iconic brand and has been making motorcycles, or the word bullet has been coining in our ears from so long. To mention it very much precise, and the exact number being 1901, which is more than a century now, and the brand is not standing up to that particular reputation. So you can say reliability, no, doesn't stand up to the mark. I would like to make a special mention of few parts like that of the sprocket, the clutch cable which keeps on going here just every now and then. The brakes, they go loose. You need to you need to park your bike on one side of the road, lift up the rear brake from the bottom a little, and then tighten the rear brake. And there are many other parts which I'd like to say are not that reliable in case of a Royal Enfield Classic 350, or in this matter I can say any other Royal Enfield Royal Enfield bike. What I feel about Royal Enfield now is that it has gained so much of name and so much of fame, and has become a cult like that of the other superbikes. For example, to name one of them would be the Harley Davidson. But do you see them delivering any product or up to the mark? It's a big no from my end. Now there is one more thing which I'd like to clear out from people's mind, that they believe 350cc, 500cc, these are the numbers which you get to hear, or which comes to your mind when you first hear a Royal Enfield, and then you compare 390 Dukes or the 250cc CVRs, or forget a 500cc naked or faired motorcycle from Kawasaki or Honda. You just cannot compare them with these motorcycles. Their engines are way too different, and the numbers which the Royal Enfield puts up is different. It's very low in comparison to those bikes, those lower compression ratio bikes, because Those are a different league of engines, and this is a different cup of tea altogether. This is a high compression ratio engine. What happens in a cylinder, in the diameter of a cylinder, which is way too large in case of Royal Enfield, and the piston which moves up and down is way too smaller. And one more thing, why Royal Enfield has got such amount of torque throughout the meaty power band, because the pistons move a longer distance. It's a similar theory related to the diesel engine, why they have so enormous amount of torque and lesser power in comparison to the petrol engines, is the pistons which move a longer distance. It's the same in case of Royal Enfield, that the pistons move a longer distance, but the ratios of the cylinder to the piston, which is 70/90, that is something which plays a major role to the outputs. Like in that of the case of the Royal Enfield Classic 350 is 19.8 bhp and a respectable 28 newton meters of torque, which is heavy enough to give you to throw you back in the very first gear. So yeah, this is the reason behind. I hope I had clear the misunderstanding in people's mind that why doesn't a Royal Enfield, being a 350cc, produce as respectable a power as that of the Tube 200. Behind that, this is the reason. This is why Royal Enfield lacks short on power. Now, speaking a little about the good parts about the Royal Enfield, the best part, or in fact you can say, well, I believe 50% of the sales happening because of that, is the thump, is the sound of the Royal Enfield, not even the Classic 350, in fact all of them for this matter of fact. The old world charm, the old one thump has been still revived and has been carried forward from that cast iron engine thing. And along with that, there is one more thing which a true bulleteer or a true motorcycle enthusiast would love to have it on any motorcycle, for this matter of fact, you can say, is the kickstart. It's becoming obsolete. 535 Continental GT, they have now skipped it. It's not there. It's just a power start which is there, and I'm pretty sure Royal Enfield will be discontinuing it from many of its higher capacity motorcycle, but 350 still has it, and it is something which any motorcycle enthusiast would love to have it, because it's something, it's an organic, it's a raw feeling which directly straight connects the motorcycle to some vein lying there in your heart. Okay, speaking a little more about these bikes and the mechanics, what are the things which what's the relation which you need to maintain with a mechanic in case of a Royal Enfield would be, as we all know, there was a time that graph of Aichi was going drastically down. It was on the verge of going bankrupt. In fact, it did go bankrupt and closing. But from there, Mr. Siddharth Lal, who's the CEO of Royal Enfield, just took it up to a next level. Now, back then, where it originally originated from, Tamil Nadu, in case of India, there used to be good amount of mechanics. Not only Tamil Nadu, I'd like to mention about, in Delhi also, there are a huge amount of mechanics who can, or who know this particular motorcycle in and out. So if at all you know the old world people who have been fixing the older bullet, they know the tantrum of the word Royal Enfield and how do they need to be fixed in the right proportions. What are the nutrients which you are going to give to your particular motorcycle so that it doesn't become a very not so pleasure experience of owning one, and you don't have to go through many penances and austerities to in your ownership experience, I'd like to say, to the least. So for a healthy life of your motorcycle, I believe don't send it to the local service center. In fact, be in touch with the raw mechanics who can fix your motorcycle better in comparison to the modern day motorcycle mechanics who are present in the service center of Royal Enfield. Now, why am I deframing them in one sense, you can say? Because I believe the sales of Royal Enfield motorcycle went up overnight. Yes, it did happen overnight. So what happens is, what I believe, that Royal Enfield would have definitely appointed someone or the other coming from the Great Britain to come down here and to give training to the people who can repair these motorcycles. And in so much of mass, the knowledge had not been transferred in a proper way, or the way it was supposed to be, so that it will be going hand in hand and parallel with a brand which is so iconic and owns such a name in the international market. Even now Royal Enfield has even extended its dealership to Thailand. It has been already there in various other countries. This is what I believe, that this is the reason why people generally keep on cribbing about Royal Enfields in the service center. One more thing about the dealership people, when you go to them, the salesmen out there, they have all gone high-headed because of 3 months, 6 months waiting of these particular motorcycles, very good sales number, cash registers ringing. So that's something which is a normal human tendency. That is one more reason I don't like the behavior of the dealership people in case of Royal Enfield. The good part about Royal Enfield, one more, would be the modification, the room to modification. In fact, I'd like to mention about the people who are into customization. Every person who is into bike customization would have modded a Royal Enfield motorcycle from raw bone to something which looks very majestic and something which attracts people once in his lifetime. I'm pretty sure about it. No matter they might be modifying various high-end motorcycles now, but they would have done Royal Enfield sometime or the other in their profession once. Another good part about the modification thing would be that you want to modify the seats, you want to modify the headlights, you want to modify any other electricals, you want to modify the exhaust, you want to modify the alloys, you want to modify the handlebars. Everything is there, and in almost every city of our country, this extensive modification. In any other bike, I don't think so, it's there. So that is again one point, that modification of a Royal Enfield, quite easy and good to go thing. And many reliable products are there in the market that you can rely on them, and if till the time you know whom you're purchasing from and the product which you are purchasing. So yeah, that's one more good point I'd like to mention of. Couple of more negatives, they just popped into my mind right now. The very first one, headlight capacity is not that impressive enough to light off the things which are there in front of you during the night time. That's a big no-no from my end. I suggest you people to put up the auxiliary lights which you can buy from a market like Karol Bagh in Delhi, or various other markets of various other cities which they might be famous for. Second, the ground clearance. If at all you're trying to corner the motorcycle, this is what I have experience on my own. The right foot peg along with the stock exhaust, if it's a straight flowing pipe, scrapes on the right hand side, along with the connecting rod of the rear brake. When you apply the brakes while cornering the rear brake, it scrapes on the road. So that is something which is a shame, you can say, because this is a bike which is ridden extensively throughout the country, and is also being used as a city motorbike, as for a city purpose, providing such low ground clearance in case of a highly selling product. Not a very smart piece of art, I'd like to figure out. One more good part about Royal Enfield, you can say that amount of eyes which turn towards you, or the attention which you can still grab with this particular motorcycle at this price point, is something really commendable, and hats off to Royal Enfield for that, for keeping that cult unshaken. Unshaken would be the word which I'd like to use, and people are still loyal to the brand in spite of all the shortcomings it has. It cannot go fast. You cannot clock many kilometers on it, 30 to 35 in city, 35 to 40 on the highways. This is something, again, from my experience I am saying, because my dad has traveled from Kolkata to Chennai on that particular classic 350. And the 500s case is even worse. It gives you a mileage of 25, nothing more than that. You cannot travel long distances, short fuel stops, I'd like to say. Of course, come on, yeah, people do Ladakh and all on that, but it's not a very comfortable ride. Suspension is good. Suspension is not that bad. It soaks up the bumps really well, not letting it all filter through. Suspension is good, right quality in once it's in the way, right quality overall. If at all you exclude the seats and all, if at all you exclude the comfort of your own, the way the bike rides on the road is good. But on an overall thing with the stock seats and all, if at all you're not modifying the seats, and along with that, in accordance with the sitting posture, if at all you're not modifying your handlebar, it's going to take a toll on your body if at all you're trying to ride it long. So this was a mixed review from my end for Royal Enfield Classic 350, which I had particularly owned. In fact, we have also owned Royal Enfield Classic Thunderbird 350, Royal Enfield Thunderbird 350. And the ideal portions about that particular bike which I had like to make a special mention of is the sitting posture. It's something I would never like to tamper by any means with any auxiliary modifications. No, it's something which is spot on correct. Again, with the engine and all, it's all the same throughout the fleet, so that is something which is not I am very much fond of. And if at all you're expecting to do speeds and all on this particular motorcycle, no, not at all possible. It cannot go speed, so there's nothing. The wind blast, you don't experience that wind blast because it's high. You will be able to ride it not more than 80 to 100, so that's not a very high speed that you'll be experiencing wind blast. Well, this was a mixed review about the Royal Enfield brand and also the Royal Enfield Classic 350, which I had particularly owned for almost 3 years. I'm an automobile consultant who is dealing in cars, bikes, supercars, superbikes throughout the country, pan-India. If at all you would want to reach to me in case of any automobile query, or you want to purchase or sell any automobile of yours, you can reach out to me on the listed Instagram ID and the mail ID of mine in the description box below. As per this video, I would really request you people to please subscribe to the channel. Please pour in your comments in the view of me as an anchor. How am I doing it? How was my review? If at all there is something contrary you want to put up, please do that. If at all your thoughts resonate with mine, please do the same. Please like the video. Please share it among your friends, the fellow people who want to purchase a Royal Enfield. I would love it that if at all this video reaches out to those people. And one more thing to end off with the high price hike, it is day by day it is becoming something which is not a motorcycle worth the amount you are paying. And be smart enough to purchase the motorcycle, to purchase a Royal Enfield. One very bad marketing strategy, not marketing, also one very bad strategy by Royal Enfield I had like to put into the light. A few days ago, there was a Pegasus edition which was launched in the case of 500cc, which is just a cosmetic update to the 500cc motorcycle. Did not have ABS. Now in the market, Pegasus Classic 350 comes, which has ABS. 500cc, people paid so much amount of money, no ABS for that, and now the 350cc owners post of ABS with the same cosmetic update which the 500cc people have. It's at the end of the day, it's just a cosmetic update. Royal Enfield, please wake up. That's not something really very prudent and sane on your part from an iconic brand of like yours. So to end off with, please like the video, please share the video as much as possible, please comment in your thoughts, please subscribe to the channel. Good day, ciao, thank you.